Hello. I have some things to share with you. We're going to talk about the black moon and the increased fog because y'all have been talking about that in my comments so much. And honestly, I had no idea about it because I've been living happily in my own little bubble for a little while. It feels so good. So let's get into it. But first, let's talk about the FAFO list video from yesterday. The purpose of that video was for celebrating the opening of eyes and nothing else. Right? The reason why it's fun to put together the list of how people are finding out the things that people who are awakened already knew is because that means that we are closer and closer to that big transition that everybody is looking for. The purpose is not to taunt. I have had to delete so many comments of people saying mean things, and I understand why people are upset, but when we taunt the people who are waking up and realizing, we're just matching that lower vibration, right? And that was not the point of it. So I will continue to delete the mean comments. That's not the point. The point is to celebrate that people are now realizing, oh my gosh, the things that this man has been saying, he means, right? Or, oh my gosh, he is saying these things I didn't realize, because people tend to see what they want to see, right? It's hard to look in yourself, and it's hard to examine, your thought processes and your decisions when you're the one that's been at fault. That's hard to do, and that's why people avoid it for so long and do everything they can to avoid looking inward, right? That's why people blame other people, etc. That's why we clear our shadows. That's why we meditate. That's why we self-reflect. Anyway, okay, let's talk about the fog and the black moon. All right, I made some notes so I can stay on task with you guys. The black moon just happened. This is the definition of the black moon, is just the second new moon in a month. Okay, there's a couple other definitions floating around there, but this is by far the most common definition. It's just the second new moon in a month, right? And the new moon is when no light is shining from the moon, right? It's all dark, okay? A blue moon is the second full moon in a month, right? So this is just kind of the opposite of a blue moon, and it's called a black moon because it's dark. There's no light. So it amplifies, this is so exciting, amplifies the energy of a new moon, which is all about beginnings and reflection, okay? I'm going to get to how this connects with everything that's going on in just a minute, because obviously it does. Everything connects. It amplifies that energy. It encourages deep introspection and confronting your own hidden truths and shadows, right? It's really encouraging you to, what did I just say? Go inward and reflect upon those things that are hidden from you, that you've hidden, right? Those things that maybe you've ignored, right? That you've said, I'm not going to pay attention to that because I like what they're saying over here, right? It's time for you to go inside and ignore the rest of the world during this transition time and say, hey, what have I been ignoring, not paying attention to? What are my shadows around this, right? And then you shift those limiting beliefs. You heal those shadows. I've got fantastic shadow work workbooks recommended on my website. The link is in the bio for book recommendations, so just look for those shadow work workbooks. There's a set of 2 that go together that work really well. You can also book me. I am currently booked out through the end of February. It is Tuesday, December 31st right now. I do have urgent channeling available that should open tomorrow based upon availability, right? That's urgent channeling spots that I've opened up my calendar that are available around things that are already scheduled, okay? So you can just keep checking back every day, and that link tree that's in my bio will always say when the next calendar will be opened, and I believe it's February 13th, the next one will be open. So anyway, check that. Okay, the black moon is a rare lunar event symbolizing transitions, closing of a chapter, for the opening of another, because you have to close a chapter to open another chapter. You can't be opening more chapters without closing the one before it. It doesn't work that way, right? Also, fun little factoid, 2025, if you use numerology and add up the numbers 2025, that equals 9, and 9 is all about endings, right? 2025 is going to, I'm getting all the goosebumps. 2025 is all about the endings of cycles, which is so gorgeous, because what do we need to happen for us to usher in this new higher vibrational society that we've all been asking for decades? We need to close out these chapters, right? Stuff has to end, and for stuff to end, the veil of deceit has to lift. Remember when I channeled about that in one of the prophecy videos that I made? Okay, so this black moon, which is happening right at the end of 2024, is for us to go in, look at our own hidden truths, our shadows, and it's about closing of chapters so we can be prepared for the giant closing of chapters that's going to be happening on our planet in 2025. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Okay. The moon prepares us for our own ending is really what it is, right? It's an energy, and it's an energy that's just preparing us for our own personal endings so we can then feel solid and grounded going into 2025, which is all about big endings for the collective. So good. Also, a new moon, and especially a black moon, which is just like more powerful energy of the new moon. It's enhanced intuition, enhanced abilities, allowing you to go inward even more easily than before, right? It's a perfect time to start increasing your meditation, divination, or connecting to your spirit guides. And remember, I have a free with promo code 5-day course on interacting with your spirit guides. Link is in the bio, and the promo code is listed right in the description on the website. So enter the promo code so it doesn't charge you. It will charge you if you don't enter the promo code. So make sure you do that. Now's the perfect time to go take that free course that I have for you, okay? It'll help you connect to your spirit guides. The energy right now is palpable. It's very powerful, okay? So that's the deal about the black moon. It has nothing to do with the Pope, which is a thing they do like every 20 or 25 years, something like that. That's a cycle that they do, okay? Let's talk about the increased fog and how it's been more persistent. There's a couple of different reasons for this. We're going to talk about the real world physical reasons first, because it's really good to be woo, but you need to be balanced between the woo and the physical, right? It's all about balance, okay? We're entering into an era of balance. That's why there's the divine feminine uprising, because there's been no divine feminine for a long time. It's been all about patriarchy. So divine feminine is rising so we can have more balance, okay? Increased fog is normal. Increased fog is normal because global warming. It's also normal with seasonal changes, okay? That part's normal. However, let's talk about the spiritual significance, okay? So nothing like untoward is happening with the fog, right? It's normal, but it's normal because we are increasing our energy, and I'm going to explain that. So patterns in general in the world are getting a lot more obvious to the awakened. And remember, awakened is not better than the unawakened. It's just different. Ooh, my ear is ringing. Really pay attention to that. Awakened is not better. It's just different. It's just allowing you to see a bigger perspective, okay? It's not better. Now, the patterns that are getting more obvious to the awakened, that's why you guys are like feeling weirded out about the increased persistent fog, right? You normally wouldn't feel weirded out by fog because fog is a normal event that happens on our planet. But because your abilities and your intuition's really heightened, you're like, that feels weird, that feels weird, that feels weird, right? Everywhere you look, you're like, that's so weird, what's going on? It's because of all these things I can get ready to tell you. Physical manifestation, fog is a physical manifestation of the veil of deceit that is lifting, or the veil of deceit that needs to lift, that's about ready to lift, which is another prophecy video that I made, okay? It aligns with the black moon energy that just happened for an increased power of self. And it's like a more obvious sign, right? It's like more obvious. Think of like you can watch the gas in your gas tank, how the gas is going down, the level in your car is going down, and then eventually the light comes on. So the level goes down, so you know that the gas is getting lower, and then the light comes on, making it more obvious, going, hey, this thing, pay attention to the thing, right? It's just a more obvious sign, okay? Fog shows that clarity is hidden, forcing you to go inward, look at the theme, right? And rely on your intuition. That's part of the shift, because we all have to learn how to rely on our intuition above all other people, right? You should always pay attention to your intuition above all others, including myself. Always, right? Because that's the point. The power's within us, not with other people. It invites you to slow down the fog, reflect, meditate, trust yourself over others. Trust yourself over others. That's very important. The fog feels heavier right now because it's pointing out what's hidden, which is heavy and dense. What is hidden is heavy, dense energy. And you, because you have awakened and you've been looking at all this energy, you've been going inward and doing things like practicing meditation and clearing shadows, you are now lighter. So when denser, heavier things happen around you, it's more obvious. It sticks out like a sore thumb because you are now different than the energy when before you used to match it. So it used to just blend with your own energy and you wouldn't even notice it. Anyway, love that. The black moon and the increased persistent fog all working together. It's so magical. Love you guys. And happy last day of the year.